Yo! I'm just gonna get right into it. Not gonna give any kind of spiel. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't have that long. I got band practice at 8. How the hell do I even... I don't play historic. Traditional historic ranked. Do you get a 15 card sideboard for traditional ranked? Because I only got to make a 7 one. Yeah, alright. Let's just Goblin. Are there any sideboard cards that matter? I don't know anything about the format. It's one, just bring in something for X ones, I guess. I guess you know what's way better for X ones? Maybe there's a match where I want to actually just 3 people to death. Maybe Squee being an infinite blocker is good. And then maybe there's more artifacts. Bam. Bam! So we're gonna see what the hell is going on here. I don't know, I'll probably stream for like an hour, grab dinner, go to practice. It's dark in here. So yeah, just chilling, streaming historic. Come check out these new emotes we got for anything but historic, but I love the way they look next to each other. All right, first game of historic ever. Obviously, I want to be on the play. This is a fantastic hand. I have a fantastic hand. I don't fucking know. How's it going, Cactus? I've been away for a wedding. Yeah, it's on. It's on. We're trying out, what do you call it? We're trying out historic. The wedding was good. The wedding was a good time. First time anybody had been out in like a year. But it was definitely good. 2 friends of mine got married, and they've known each other for a long time. Okay, or they're like, it's just weird how it happened. I don't know. This seems fine. We got an Instigator on top. Kind of, I don't know. It's a good card. So I've been talking to people about Arena, and I get the feeling that nobody playing Goblins on Arena is playing Goblins because they think it's good. Like, I don't know what stuff is going on Arena that it's too powerful for Muxus, but Muxus is so good. So, like, how could it not be powerful enough? I mean, we're just going to draw an extra card here. I'll take action. I don't even know what you want. This is a green deck that they're about to start trying to make a bunch of mana? I think, so it's between like grabbing Muxus and grabbing a haste person for Krenko, or like maybe you grab, oh, did I put Chain Whirler in the board? All right, that's fine. I think I'm just gonna get War Chief considering my hand, and I'll save the Skirk just in case. And next turn we're gonna go off, and they're not. Yeah, Muxus would be pretty good in Modern. People just concede to it in Legacy. Like, you don't even actually have to kill them with it. They're just like, I don't want to deal with this. They're gonna chain Muxuses together. You could have the shittiest Muxus and they just leave. But a really powerful 4 toughness goblin is a big deal. So they get to choose a non-land card. I mean, put a card that has an adventure into that player. Oh, okay. So you can, this is a Mind Rot, but it steals adventure halves. This is a bad card. Like, obviously my rank is as low as it could possibly be. I wish you could mouse over this and see it. But like, I'm trying to get a feel for, you're gonna be playing it in Paper Legacy. Well, I don't know which version you're gonna go with, but you can't cycle it from the top of your deck, so that's rough. But does that matter? Like, I'm gonna play this. They took my Krenko. All my stuff has haste now. I can play Instigator, which is like a ritual. How do they beat this in a million billion years? Are they gonna board wipe me? Like, I don't even care if they block the Skirk with this Elysian Keratin. I don't know. I think I win. I mean, his name is Eli, Goblin Lackey, the actual Goblin Lackey. Do I just like pull this off? No, I kind of want to draw that. He's got almost too much information going on in his head about goblins. If you've never played it before, I wouldn't even ask him. He's too far up there. Like, I'm not stupid and I can't really understand what's going on when he talks about it. You know what I mean? Like, he's on a different, he's valuing different things, but for good reasons, because he's obviously really good with the deck. Ram through. The creature you control, okay. That's fine. I already attacked with it, you could have blocked. But, whatever. Here's Muxus on top, 4 mana. I mean, how do they win from here? I just don't get it. It's a very good deck. I have only played the food chain version though, and I would highly recommend that at least. The food chain version is a ton of fun, and jamming combo decks is a good way to learn to any format. And that's where I'm at right now, because I hadn't played Legacy in a long time. This seems like it's gonna be like a big, stupid green stuff deck, and that's why I put this card in my sideboard. So let's see if we can find room for this. It feels like they're gonna have a lot of X1s. And so, like, I kind of over Gem Palm Incinerator. I feel like maybe Firebrand is good. And then this Krenko's Tin Street Kingpin is probably bad in the first place. So, like, let's get rid of that. I don't think Crater Maker is as good as some of the other stuff. I think Ember Hauler is as good as Chain Whirler. I think Brash Taunter probably is just bad, but I want to try it. I'm not entirely sure what's in their deck. I think maybe you could remove a Hobgoblin Bandit Lord for another Fanatic. Because if I kill their ramp, I feel like, how am I losing? It's crazy how much faster games go on Arena, just because, like, the information is not just presented to you, but like almost suggested. Like, the cards that you can cast are highlighted. so you immediately start thinking about playing that card, and sometimes you don't think, you just play it. Obviously the mana tapping, them being forced to say okay if they have no responses. Most of the time. I know you can like make it so it doesn't happen, but just like passing the turn right back. Because it's like, there's this perceived value from bluffing, right? Where it's like, let me pause for a moment and see if my opponent responds. But if it's a good spell and you just let it resolve, they now know you have nothing. Pause meant nothing. And if it's a bad spell, no information lost or gained. It's just interesting. My opponent left, so that's good. They're just gonna give me the rope. I play Painter in Legacy, and I kind of don't want to buy Urza Sagas. I don't think that they'll be banned in Legacy. I don't think that they're too good for Legacy by any stretch. And I guess $100 for a playset of a new Legacy staple is like not that big a deal. But I'm gonna wait until I go play Legacy, right? I'm not playing Legacy right now. It's just like, it's rough to have my Legacy deck not be playable because I haven't updated it, you know? Like, I don't like that feeling, but I also don't want to just waste my money. Hope there's a tournament soon. So my opponent already left. I assume they're like playing on mobile or something because they took the max time for everything and it's not just kicking them out. Have I tried Modern Goblins lately? No. I keep thinking that I'm gonna, and when it comes down to it, I'm just like, yeah, the same stuff is good, and I come to the same conclusion, which is, I want Chalice of the Void. Maybe or Chalice, yeah, Chalice of the Void. Maybe I don't want Leyline of the Void, but I want Chalice, and I hate that. I hate playing Chalice so much that I, like, maybe it's adjusted, but every time I look at the sideboard and I'm like, yeah, I still think this is a good sideboard, which means I don't want to play the format. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just stuck in that loop. But I gotta play it. I know none of the decks that have been winning, I mean, you could pull Sting Scourger in. I guess you keep this, because you can just drop a ringleader. The dude! I'm looking like the dude lately. How's it going, Sugar Peach Lee? Thank you for those emotes. They look so good next to each other. You did such a good job making them good colors and good shapes. The Bugbear? I probably should have put the Bugbear land in this. But yeah, I did not. I mean, it's probably fine. Like, it's pretty rare. I mean, I guess it's not rare. So I've done the math and I've played the games, and like, you keep a lot of two-landers and hope to draw your third land so that you can like combo or something. And it's not ideal to have a land that you could top deck, you know, come tapped, right? I guess I could have cast Crank or Muxus this turn. I don't know what I'm supposed to. What is this, like a Phoenix deck that's just bad? This is the kind of deck I would love to play. But yeah, I'm. It's not like we don't play other bad lands, right? It's just that having it go from, you know, you have 20 outs at a land to 19 Maybe that's like not the best. I'm not sure. I think I'm just supposed to cast Muxus here. I mean, Muxus just dies to Rekindling Phoenix, but like, I do have the mana generator. And it's not like they're casting kill spells. I can't attack through that stuff anyway. Why can't it? Oh, I have to hit submit. Sacrifice a goblin, please. I should have done this last turn. Okay, that was pretty good. I mean, I'll take it. Okay, so here we have Sling Gang. You get the Goblino. I think I'm just supposed to get Jump Hom into my hand. I could do it this turn even, like kill. I didn't get haste, which kind of sucks. Maybe I should have grabbed a haste creature. But I think I'm gonna go with no attacks and end the turn. Discard 2 mountains. And then next turn I can Jump Hom stuff. There's a lot of stuff I could do. Mux is such a good card. Like, what could they do here? Anger the Gods? Yeah, they could Anger the Gods and I keep a Muxus, but... Oh, I have Krenko. Huh. Krenko sucks without Lords. The reason I put Krenko in was because with Hobgoblin, it's good. Attack me for 5. Do it. Do it. I'll take you. Lava Axe me. Charging Monstrosaur. So they're just playing Green-Red Phoenix from way back. This is like... I guess like a casual player that just never updated their deck, so they play Historic. I have a feeling there's a lot of that going on in Arena, but I don't know. So there's a Krenko. It doesn't have haste with this hand, so I think we're just gonna make it so our Muxus can't die to this Rekindling Phoenix. We don't care that it can get blocked, it's just that we want to attack with it and force them to. Ooh, another Muxus. I guess I could Ember Hauler and just kill the Phoenix Egg, but if they block with the Phoenix Egg, I'm probably fine with that. What does this have? Oh, this isn't the Phoenix that comes back. Okay, so I'm just gonna Ember Hauler and we're gonna kill the Phoenix Egg. So that the Phoenix stays dead, and so does the Spitfire. And, obviously I should have done that in the other order. Muxus would have got bigger. Or did it go in the right order? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 4 is not 11. I guess I should play Krenko. Yeah, why not? Nah, you know what? Let's not play Krenko. Things that die to board wipes, I'm like, I don't really want to play. I could play Matron. I'm gonna play Matron and I'm gonna grab... I don't know what. Something that'll, like, secure me not just being, like, dead. I guess, like, hasty Krenko would be good. So, like, let's grab either a War Chief. Yeah, let's grab a War Chief. And then end the turn. Trample Hexproof. Does it have haste? It doesn't have haste. Oh no. Oh no, your spell's not even good. No blocks. I mean, it's like pretty obvious they're dead, but whatever. Well, this is an interesting one. This gives everything haste and pumps it like infinitely. Let's do that. Good game. Activate the ability. So you want to have Krenko resolve last, and then this resolve first. It's not super relevant, but look at how big this Muxus is. So if there was a way to give Muxus like trample with another goblin, that would be pretty sick. I don't know how far back Historic goes. I didn't see Goblin Legionnaire on there. I am gonna check it out though. So they are like, this is the type of matchup that I put Brash Taunter in for. Brash Taunter blocks and then fights another thing and deals them 1,000,000 damage. So like it's a good one. It's a very good one. I think Gem Palm is going to be necessary, but I'm not sure. I feel like everything else is like just already fine. Bandit Lord is probably really good. We used Ember Hauler pretty effectively there. I liked that. It's tough to cut stuff. Maybe you cut a Siege Gang, because it like doesn't really... It's like really good when you hit it off Muxus though. You know what? I think the idea that you're gonna attack with this Krenko is like kind of pie in the sky because it's a 1/2. And then, I mean, it attacks as a 2/3, but they have the Phoenix that never dies. And then, Chieftain would have been fine, so like it's hard to cut that. Maybe just like this guy is not that good. Like, it didn't win us the game there, we just played it. I don't want to, like, we played it and it was fine, but it's because we had already won that game. So don't get too attached to it. Even though it came down the turn you won. That's some sage advice for everybody. It's how you identify win more. I'll keep this. If they are ramping, and I don't think they are, Crater Maker's good, and then just a turn 2 Snoop allows you to start pulling stuff off the top. I doubt they play. I mean, they probably play that Exile 4 damage removal thing with the woman screaming like this. I don't remember the name of it. Lava Coil? I think it's Lava Coil. Alright, mountain on top. Third land. Don't need to cycle. Gonna attack, see if they kill it. They got nothing. Just get as many goblins into play as I can so that Gem Palm Incinerator gets better. If there's another land on top, I might just cycle this Incinerator to do anything, because hitting for 4 damage isn't nothing. You get to play the Crater Maker as well, if you don't hit a 2-drop off the top. Active Treason! Alright, these are just bad decks. So, when somebody tells you they got to Diamond, I think that is, and then they like got their win rate frozen, keep in mind that that doesn't mean anything. Apparently, if you play enough Arena, you just get to Mythic eventually, if you're like playing a deck that you didn't just fill with draft chaff. But it is what it is. Just play this out. You can cycle Gem Palm Incinerator on your opponent's turn, which is something I have never done before. Never gotten to play with this card other than, I think I used it once in Legacy. Cycle is such a cool... This is a dumb design for a card. Like, it's actually... Like, if Patrick Sullivan was going to talk about this card, he'd be like, yeah, this is, don't do it like that. There's a million better ways to design a card that says this. And Munitions Expert is obviously the fixed version. And you could even draw a card onto it. But put 3 on up to 1 target. All right, so they're going to make a land into a 3/3, and I'm going to kill it. So that'll be pretty sick. But after that Active Treason, I'm like feeling there's a giant growth over there. Just do it. Well, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. If they hit me for an extra 3 damage, I will have been got. That's a decent draw. The only reason I'm playing this instead of Siege Gang is because I get to kill Nissa. And 3/3s are like kind of a big deal. So you can hit Nissa for 6, them for 3. And obviously we still get the hold of Crater Maker. It looks like we have another Gem Palm Incinerator. And this is, I mean, this is what I would call a toolbox version of the deck, right? Like I have a bunch of one-ofs my matrons can search for, but mostly your one-ofs are removal. Like that's usually what a toolbox means. Like just ways to deal with other threats or get combo pieces. So we have Siege Gang for when we're gonna... We have Siege Gang for when we're gonna, like, you know, when we have a ton of mana, we can machine gun our opponent down or whatever. We have Chain Whirler for when they have a bunch of X1s. We have Muxus for when we already have a ton of mana and we just want to get value. We have all our different types of lords. You just got to recognize the situations that call for each of them. I just don't know the situations that arise in Historic yet. But obviously, as you build the toolbox and you see the format, you'll get used to it. But old green-red deck seems to be the theme. P-Funk Man. There's just the base. I mean, this is a pretty sweet hand. Like, you draw a land and you're in great shape, but nobody has done anything threatening yet, and they're all like Diamond Platinum players, so I don't know. What's this? Thriving Grove. That's a jumpstart land? Those seem pretty cool, actually. So this is like kind of stupid, but I mean, it is still the best thing. Snoop is like the best card probably at 2 mana, and you really want to draw lands in general. And it sounds unintuitive, but for those who don't know it, I'm gonna say it. Snoop helps you draw lands, even though it also helps you draw and play more spells, because you get to clear cards off the top of your deck that are not lands, right? I do want to draw this land, so I don't want to play Matron. So we're gonna just play Chieftain. The damage is not why I'm playing Chieftain. Like, I'm not playing this because it's aggro. I'm playing it because it uses all my mana and all my other spells I can use to get other stuff. This would almost be better as a War Chief, actually. I mean, obviously I'm putting a ton of pressure on. But the mode I'm thinking in is like, they have nothing. I have answers to everything and ways to draw a ton of cards. So I just want more mana. So War Chief would be neat. I don't know if War Chief actually lines up. I think they're dead. I can play this Matron and I can search up. Do I have any 1-mana goblins? I guess I have Skirk Prospector. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're at 1. Do that. I mean, they are not winning this game. I already have Ember Hauler in hand for the last point of damage, so we'll just play Prospector and hit them. Toolbox. As soon as you play Goblin Matron, your deck becomes a toolbox. Doesn't matter. They're dead. Look at how good Ember Hauler is. That was a turn 4 kill. I mean, with like a hand that wasn't even that good. How's it going, Ropeburn? Yeah, new emotes. New emotes. Sugar Peachly, I hope she's still here. She made the Kiki Jiki had it for those situations. So they're putting +1/+1 counters on stuff, which like there's two ways to think about that. There's like they're gonna play a ton of X1s, right? I don't remember what card did they play. If one or more plus would be put twice that many are put on that creature instead. So like I assume they're playing like evolved creatures, and some of the evolved creatures are like already kind of big, so maybe like dealing 1 damage isn't that good. But I do imagine they're gonna have like big things that I'm gonna want to block, right? So we don't have any way to kill enchantments. I think I want to keep Hobgoblin in just because I want to, like, there's a possibility of getting Krenko plus Hobgoblin out, right? Gonna take out Krenko. Maybe I'm supposed to put in like you can infinitely block with Squee to buy a ton of time if they're making just one thing really big. I don't know what deck they're playing though, right? So it's hard. I kind of like that idea, but it's pretty expensive. Like maybe it's just better like to hedge and be like, maybe they play a bunch of X1s that I get in a turn on curve. So let's do that. P-Funk Man. They're choosing whether they'll play first. Is that what it says when they're still sideboarding? I bet you it does say that when they're still sideboarding, because that's not a tough decision. We have a very high rank. You can see that they're silver and we're gold. Well, this is a hand. I thought Arena wasn't supposed to do that. I mean, 2, 3, 4, right? Our opponents have played nearly no interaction, and our deck... Wait, did they chose to draw? Maybe it was a tough decision because they made the wrong one. I think I just want to be able to play a 3-drop off my deck next turn. Plains. So they're a green-white counters deck. That feels like such like a casual... That phrase, it's like not something I get to say when I'm playing Modern or Legacy or whatever. Like, even Modern, I wouldn't call it green-white counters, even though they pretend that that's what Heliod is. Like, this person is just honestly playing +1/+1 counters in the colors green-white, like, and they built it themselves, probably. But we'll get up there in ranks eventually. This is... I should probably... So I've been uploading all of my stuff to YouTube, and this one will be up there too, just because now none of my stuff gets muted. Yeah, I'll play that off the top. I don't know if I should... Nah, I was gonna say maybe I should like sack these two to just pull this off the top and get a land, but I could just sack this as a land next turn and I keep the Skirk. So that's silly. I don't like this land at all. It like, at first it looks neat and different, and then every time I see it after that, it's just like, kind of looks like a cell, like an amoeba of some kind. Yeah, like I said, they're just honestly playing +1/+1 counters. And this card doesn't actually necessarily put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's just a counter of some kind. Alright, so Mountain on top. I'm just like... I mean, I obviously can't attack through this 3/3 unless I go get, like, something to kill that stuff with. How does this card ever beat Franco? right? And then Krenko plus Skirk Prospector is like infinite mana. So when I say infinite, obviously not in the technical way. And we'll just pass. But Krenko being the biggest mana dork is pretty cool. Now, if they... Crystalline Giant has a lot of potential in general. Obviously, they're playing it in, or they were playing it in Vintage. I don't know if they are anymore. But, if you are, like, incidentally putting the other types of counters on your creatures, and they only exist from one set, so, and there's not a ton of push stuff, so it's like... But, like, if you could incidentally get a +1/+1 counter on it, and then you're definitely giving it some cool ability, it makes it just, like, slightly better. So that's cool. But the rest of the counters you're, like, basically never getting, so... The not cool part is that if you're playing, like, this Honest Creature deck... What is that? Hexproof? And, you give it trample some... Wow, okay. So this is like -1 mana to play Snoop, but then you tap, you get a goblin, you make 4 goblins, and then you could play Krenko off the top, or you could play Muxus off the top and Snoop from your hand. But I can do that and I just save a goblin. Okay, let's just do it this way. If they have removal, now would be the time to use it, but so would last turn, so I don't think they've got it. But we are just learning our deck and what it can do. And playing Krenko was a good decision last turn, I've learned. Are they okay? So we need to sack 2 goblins here. Muxus off the top is always good. We know we're gonna get a hobgoblin. If it has haste, we'll be able to, you know, bop them for a bunch. Because 3 goblins came into play. I don't understand how people don't like this card. They're telling me it's not that good, but like, they're gonna be able to block the Krenko, but not everything else, and I may just end the game right here. And I can. Should I get another one? Like, did they just die? This is 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. It would be 16 damage of just, oh, it already says 8. So it would be like 1,000,000 damage unblockably. So like, look how much damage we've got going. Are they gonna fog me? Now you gotta keep in mind, it doesn't matter how many goblins you keep in play. So like, sacking your whole board for the last 7 or 8 points of damage, like, that's a big deal. You could do it. We do it all the time. I get the feeling people just don't like sacking their board, though. Just ate you? The fact that I could search for another one was pretty crazy, too. I could have played it first, but, like, block it. Block the thing that you have to. Make my funk the P-Funk. Alright, so we killed P-Funk Man. We ranked up. Bronze tier 2. Get on my level. By losing a ton of games, probably, if you're an arena player. I don't know if you can actually lose your way down to bronze. That seemed powerful. Obviously much more powerful than what our opponents have been doing, but we're not, it's not like we're mythic ranked yet. But yeah, just like when it goes good, and not even in a win more sense, like we wouldn't have necessarily won if that Hobgoblin Bandit Lord was not a Hobgoblin Bandit Lord and was instead like the Haste Lord. Because you can't attack with it either way. What is this? Fairy Godmother? Do people actually play Gift of the Fae ever? That's what I thought, Robert. So you know if somebody's down here with me, they just don't play, which is fine. So we could get Warchief into play, which is a permanent, like, 1 mana ramp that the Prospector isn't, and you can hit him for 2. But we have the lands, so we're just going to take this slow. Is this blue-white auras? Is that what this is? This has got to be auras, and this is just a 1/1 flyer. So they're not blocking, and if they do block, that's probably good for us. So, yeah. I have a feeling that I'm gonna need this Bandit Lord out ASAP. If I play the Warchief now, I can play Bandit Lord plus next turn. Like, deal 1 damage to this. And that's something. But I imagine they're going to put a 2-drop aura on this. So I'm not going to be able to kill it. So I'm just going to pass. This is going to be a long game, and we're going to have to grab some gem palms. Hopefully they don't give their thing hexproof somehow. I don't really know what's in the format. And they don't seem to have blue mana. But yeah, the thing is huge. When I say huge, it's got a big butt. Alright, so I can't cast a ton of spells, but I can still put stuff into play off the top of my library with Muxus, so that's not a huge deal. But we can't attack. Next turn, I'm hoping to play Ringleader. Or maybe I'm supposed to play Bandit Lord. Especially to kill this thing if they don't enchant it, because they can't cast more than 1 non-creature spell. Oh, I cast all creatures! Ah! What a bad card for you. So I have 4 mana just like straight up. I'm gonna try to kill the Healer's Hawk. And if they have protection, they have to waste it on a 1/1. When they have, you know, something else. Next turn, I might put a ton of shit into play. Yeah, there you go. They don't gain any life. So, not gonna sack anything. Yeah, you got me. I can't cast more than 1 non-creature spell. I guess I won't. I guess I won't. Franco is pretty good, especially with the Bandit Lord. Look how good this guy is, just every turn. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to kill the lifelinker, but... So I'm actually going to play this Ringleader by sacking all these goblins. Because damage doesn't matter, and the worst thing that could happen to me is that they, for some reason, play a board wipe, and I have not enough cards in hand to win the game. So, oh, is this just a combo kill? And everybody thinks that this card is bad? Well, here we go. Why won't it let me pay? Go. I mean, how could you not like this card? How could you not like this card? What's going on? What do they think is better than this card? That's what I want to know. Yeah, I think I do want the Brash Taunter here. I guess you want Volley Veteran? Like, it's probably easier to get Volley Veteran up high than it is to get the other things going on. It is like all 1/1s, but they suit them up pretty quickly. So I'm feeling like Ember Hauler and Crater Maker are bad. I'm gonna take out Battlecry Goblin. I think I'm gonna shave the bad Krenko. I think the bad Krenko doesn't deserve a spot. I just kind of wanted to see. Probably Siege Gang Commander is not, although you can like sack a bunch of goblins to deal 2, but like, is that better than finding Krenko? Like, would I ever tutor that up? Maybe you take out Instigator just because like you actually can't block all that good. And we'll bring in like this Chain Whirler on some weird off chance that they keep a really bad slow hand. I don't know. I feel like the Senor has been very good. El Senor is, I don't know, he's been an all-star. I mean, this is like, I can very early Muxus, and how could that be that bad? Turn 1 Skirk, turn 2 Goblin Instigator, you now have 3 mana worth of goblins to sack. And if you get to play a land on turn 3, you can sack your whole board for Muxus and probably find another Skirk and maybe keep going. Like, we do have 4 different Haste Lords in the deck, so like you're like 50% to hit something. It's not like a guarantee by any means, but we're not comboing people out in 1 turn necessarily. So we're gonna keep going like this. Aegis of the Unworthy, or whatever it is. Glaring Aegis, there you go. At my dudes. The reason I didn't attack was because I couldn't afford to lose the Skirk Prospector with the hand I kept. They keep playing this card. They don't, I guess, have a sideboard. I mean, Siege Gang is interesting. Oh, Siege Gang I can play and, like, not sack my Skirk Prospector. So let's do that. And then, like, we go up 1 goblin on board. So, like, we're improving our position not just with a guy that flings goblins at people, but in terms of mana as well. We go up 2 goblins on board. And we don't have to sacrifice the Skirk Prospector, that's the thing. I could have slammed Muxus, but this isn't really threatening. Krenko is good. Muxus is better. The clicking for this Skirk Prospector has not been like super accurate and pleasant. Like when it looks like I can do stuff, I can't actually do stuff. So Krenko gives me a ton of stuff, which then lets me play another Muxus. So I guess I'm gonna do that. It also lets me play another Krenko that has haste. So I don't know why I wouldn't do that. Oh wait. So we sack Muxus. We sack Krenko, just in case we hit another one, since we have one in hand already. We're just gonna play another Krenko, or another Muxus. Ah, there's an APM requirement here that I was unaware of. I also made 1 too many mana. Take action. You can go get El Senor. How do people not like this? What are they playing against that I'm not? People are like, I haven't found the Hobgoblin Bandit Lord to be very good, but like I can deal infinite damage here. I guess I get what they're saying, that it's like a bit win more, but I don't know. It's like you're not always gonna be able to overkill like that. And like last turn, you saw what I did. Oh, apparently I clicked the skirt. Last game, you saw what I did. Like, I had attacked with a Muxus already, and then I found the Hobgoblin where I couldn't have done that. It was not overkill. It was actually necessary. Like, would I have won if against that opponent, that particular draw? Probably, but like, I don't know. That's... would I have won if I had just passed and like waited? You know what I mean? That's like, yes. But is the format really powerful or is it really slow? Either way, I feel like the Hobgoblin is what you want to be doing. Like I immediately used it for value in the first game I found it, where I tried to kill a 1/1 and then actually killed a 2/4 and then actually killed with it. Seems great. Seems great. But maybe there's like not ensnaring bridge type effects and maybe people never build boards, but I don't know. If that's the case, then Goblins should be really good. A piece of cuckoo. Is this like some weird foreign language and that means poop? I have a feeling it does. Is there anything that I have going on here that is like... My graphics are ultra. Yep. Lily, it's your turn. Hello. Well met. I don't know. I have liked Death Touch Lifelink. Do not care. So far. So if I draw a land, I can just like go straight up to Muxus if I want. I imagine they're playing kill spells, but I don't care too much about a 1/1 Death Touch Lifelinker. You can't really attack through that, so I'm gonna prepare for the... So this is just black-white aggro straight up. Do I just go straight to Muxus, or do I play Krenko and hope they don't have a removal spell? Against a deck like this, I feel like playing it slow is probably like the best call. Like, maybe you just play out Ember Hauler? I'm probably supposed to play Snoop though, so that I can play... Nah, let's do it. Fuck it. This is like not unlikely at all. The turn 3 Muxus. And I got another Skirk Prospector. Can I get Krenko out? No, but I can kill their stuff if I wanted. I mean, the fact that this has Death Touch and I'm going to be attacking them with a 1,000,000 means that all of these are surviving, which is good. I guess they could chump here and Death Touch like one of my lords, but I really don't care if they do that. Yeah, they got to Death Touch that. So they take 9. We have 3 very good lords in play. And a Krenko next turn that will be able to trigger the Hobgoblin. if we wanted. So, I mean, this is value by itself, just like not having to sack another goblin. Oh my god, and look at this! Wait, cancel. Just, I want to do the targeting first, so I don't fuck it up. 2? Emberhauler has been an all-star already. That's pretty cool. Always like that. Chain Whirler seems great here. Battlecry Goblin, probably pretty bad. Krenko, not the best. I think they just have a bunch of little shitters. I think Fanatical Firebrand is just not good enough to make the cut in most cases, but like, maybe I want it over like this Siege Gang, and maybe I want it over like Raider Maker because it's cheaper and all their stuff is X1s. It's possible Gem Palm Incinerator is worse than another Fanatical Firebrand, but whatever. Our sideboard is garbage. We didn't really think about it too hard. Are there like win streak bonuses? Curving out. Don't play your 1/1 Death Touch. From Wichita. Ooh, a 1/2. You got me there. Or did you? Obviously, I have to play that first. I could have killed it by cycling and then sacking, but we won't. So, Chain Whirler can, like... Oh, they can't pump this? I'm just gonna cycle. Actually, let's play this off the top first. And then let's cycle. I'll take action. Drawing a land. Hitting for a bunch. Just 3, but... I feel like the reason they played that way last turn is because they don't want to play a 1 toughness creature, although maybe they just don't have...
Our people out here at the booth, so we're going to have to make this announcement about the Fire Isle. You understand how it is about the Fire Isle, okay?
Oh man, the Fire Isle.
Everybody who doesn't understand about the Fire Isle, say yeah.
Everybody who doesn't understand.
You know, I just don't think anybody understands about this here Fire Isle.
Hey, put a vampire creature card. Do it! Put the Morophon into play. Is that what they do here?
You'll know that I've done it. Therefore, down the center of this here floor is supposed to be a Fire Isle. Right? Right, well. Anyway,
I mean...
It's supposed to be there. Okay. Now, there's them seats up there, you know, where you're all sitting in...
There goes Soren.
You know? Well, they're all afraid that those seats are going to burn up. You know, so...
Muxus next turn, I don't know. They...
supposed to smoke up there. Is that all right, sir, now?
You're not supposed to smoke.
Also, fire's in the Fire Isle. Yeah. Yeah. Lighting up back there. Yeah. But by no means least,
this is like... I don't know.
Narcs are among you. In force.
The Narcs are among you.
Bust you just for hearing music.
Druid class. I could be a druid now. We're just gonna play, I don't know. Should we set a goal? Should we get to silver? Should I make my own Bronze to Mythic series with historic goblins? Maybe we'll title this YouTube video that. And never make it to Mythic, because I don't want to play that much historic goblins, but this seems pretty good. I mean, it's felt like I have things to do, and it's relatively streamlined, and it's beating, you know, nonsense, which is what Goblins usually does. It beats up on people playing nonsense and is decently powerful in its own right. 2 Krenko's not great, but we only play the 2. So this is as bad as it could get.
Look out of any window, any morning, any evening, any day.
This is just elves. All right, it's the tribal battle. They're not just ramping into random stuff. It is elves legitimately. So we'll kill the Llanowar elf unless they play a better one. You want me to do? I guess you just play this off the top. You just cycle this away to kill the bird. Draw a card, kill Llanowar elf has got to be like some of the best value you could possibly get in any format. For 2 mana. Like, that card is so good. People are saying we don't have a toolbox. We got Gem Palm. This person just conceded. It was too much value. It couldn't handle it. Guess what card's going to be really good against elves? It's not Chain Whirler. I just wanted you. It's actually Krenko Tin Streak Kingpin. I guess we probably want like all of this type of effect that we can get, and they're gonna have like plenty of blockers and little creatures, so I don't think the Instigator is that important. You know what, this is probably... I think we go like this, although Gem Palm just seems like it's always gonna cycle and kill something. Like, I don't need to put in more Fanatical Firebrands just because I foolishly put them in my sideboard. It's not actually that good. Chain Whirl is probably enough, but turn one being able to pop off a Llanowar elf seems pretty decent. There we go. Just trying to crack my knuckle, I couldn't get it. I don't know if you can even hear that. This is a bad hand. This is one of the first bad hands we've had. You just don't have any turn 1 or 2 plays. But this is a great hand. So we're going to keep this. You could theoretically throw back a land. I think you just throw back the Muxus. You have a lot of good cards to draw instead of Muxus. Like you have Matron, you have Ringleader. That will find you the Muxus if it becomes castable. But you just don't need the Muxus until you have 6 mana guaranteed. And if we had the Instigator in our hand, that would be one thing, but we don't, so. That would be one thing, I guess I should explain. That would be one thing because you could play the turn 3 Muxus by Skirk, Instigator, sack it all for Muxus. I don't think they have a way to pick this up, so we're not going to attack our mana into it. Obviously, there's the Ghetto Force of Will that you have by sacking 2 cards to kill 1 of something over there, but hopefully we don't have to do that. And obviously we've drawn nothing but lands, so that Muxus would have been fine. But here we are. Didn't know that. Another Visionary, just drawing cards. You know what would be good here off the top? Chain Whirler. Well, there goes the War Chief. They take 2 life to take my War Chief. Wow. Can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck, though. Can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck, though. Pretty good card to have on top. Can play it next turn. Probably will. I don't think there's a number of goblins I wouldn't sack to play that. Are they Thoughtseizing me? No, they shocked that into play and they're going to play Coco. Muxus looks at 6 as well, but it gets all of the creatures. So, I mean, it does cost a little bit more. I can see the order of my library. There's a Muxus on the bottom and a Muxus on the top. Muxus sandwich right now. Archdruid and Llanowar Visionary are actually really good cards. Yeah, so what I was going to do there is I was going to block both of them, sack, kill the Archdruid, next turn play Muxus. And apparently they saw that. So, we've ranked up to silver. We've ranked up to silver. That's probably a good spot to cut the video. So let's review, because I got to get dinner before practice and all that stuff, so. Let's review my rifle. This is my rifle. One is mine. There are many like it. This one is mine. So this is the deck that we were playing. It felt fantastic. We played against people who were playing mostly nonsense, but we did really powerful things on turn 3 and 4. How's it going, Goblin in the Fridge? You're catching us as we're ending the stream just because we ranked up to silver. And we are just talking about the deck. Somebody said, I don't know if it was you, because I don't know what your Discord name is, but somebody was talking about how they wish there was a toolbox in Arena Goblins. There just is. Like, most of toolboxes are removable for the relevant permanent types. Now, we don't have, like, bounce or only silver. I have to keep going. I just want the VOD to end at a nice spot. But, like, we had a lot of varied effects. Now, Battlecry Goblin wasn't great. We might replace this with something from the sideboard. Like, it just wasn't... There wasn't a situation where it was like, oh, I have so much mana that I want to use for something other than Goblin Bandit Lord or something like that. So maybe we just put in, like, just another Instigator to make the Muxus turn 3 more likely. But Chain Whirler felt relevant in so many matchups that, you know what, I'm just going to move one main. And these Fanatical Firebrands were not great. The Hulking Bugbears never seemed relevant to bring in. Didn't play any artifact decks. Don't know really what's going on here. Why is it, I can't tell why it's like blacked out, because I did, what is this button supposed to do? I don't get it. This button turns the screen black? That's it? I don't get it at all. This card, I mean, there's a lot of X1s going around. Maybe we bring in another Volley Veteran. Maybe just another Senor in the board for matchups where you're not going to be able to attack favorably. The Ember Hauler ended games a turn earlier than you would think a lot, which was cool. Yeah, everything that's here pulled its weight, actually. Chieftain is like kind of boring. Sometimes I wanted it to be another War Chief, but it did put on a lot of pressure and people weren't pressuring us. As we journey up the ranks, we'll see. We'll see what we need to end up putting in and out of the deck, in or out of the deck. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me today. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to follow. Check out the YouTube, I guess, because I'm gonna be posting all these there. Join the Goblins Discord, which is in the chat and below the stream. And I will see you guys around. Have a good one.